Just think, a professional killer, to execute a special task intentionally gets into the world's most dangerous jail. But will he be able to get out of there or not? We will know this story only after listening. The story begins with a man named Arthur Bishop who used to live on the seashore in his boat. One day he woke up in the morning and after drinking coffee, he came out of the boat. Then he started a bomb in the boat so that no one could steal his boat. What is this way of stopping theft? Then he reached a restaurant on his bike. Everyone there knew him before and the waiter made him sit at a place near the sea. Then a girl sat in front of him and said that she has been looking for him for a long time. The girl said that her boss wants Bishop to kill 3 people, but it should seem that their death was just an accident. She knew that this job was not difficult for Bishop because he is an old player of this game. The girl threatened him that if he did not say yes, then she will inform the police. She will inform everyone that Bishop is alive because last time he pretended to be dead and escaped from the police. Then Bishop saw that there were some other people with this girl who were looking at him. Suddenly he took out his phone and took a picture of the girl. As soon as the girl tried to pull out the gun, Bishop attacked her. Seeing this, the girl's companions also attacked Bishop, but he beat everyone one by one. Then Bishop saw that more goons were coming to catch him from below, so he jumped off the wall and hung on a cable car. The girl followed Bishop with her companions and entered the cable car. She was looking for Bishop inside, but he was on the roof. The girl fired a gun on the roof, but Bishop jumped at the right time and fell on a parachute. When he started going to his boat at night, he saw that 2 people were already there. He took out his phone without wasting time and exploded it in the boat. After that he reached the place where he was to pick up the goods and offer them. He opened a box and burned his passports and other papers. Then Bishop went to a tapu in Thailand where he met a girl whom he already knew. This girl was the owner of a hotel there. She took him to a room and Bishop took out a bag from a secret place. It had many phones, weapons and passports. When he found out about the girl in the picture, he found out that this girl actually works for a man named Crane. On the other hand, a girl named Gina met the owner of the hotel and asked for some medicines. The owner saw many wounds on her side as if someone had beaten her badly. The owner tried to help her more, but Gina said that she just needs medicines and then left from there. At night, the owner saw a boat in the sea in which a man was beating a girl. He immediately went to Bishop and asked him to help the girl. After listening to him, Bishop reached the boat and said, "Hey, if you are a real man, then leave this girl." That girl was Gina. But that man didn't listen to Bishop and took out his gun. For this mistake, Bishop beat him up and killed him. After that, he told the owner to take Gina to the hotel. Then when he searched the boat, he found Gina's passport and phone which had a picture of Bishop. Finally, he blew up the boat and returned to the hotel. He asked Gina what her picture was doing in Gina's phone. He asked Gina clearly that does she also work for Crane. Gina said in a frightened voice that Crane is threatening her. Whatever happened so far was part of Crane's plan so that Gina can meet Bishop. Gina said, "Actually, my job is just to meet you and call you on a number and then my mission is over." Bishop found out that Gina was raising orphan children who were being molested. Crane threatened Gina and said that if she didn't listen to him, he would kill her children. Bishop saw that a boat was heading towards tapu, in which there were many people who were watching tapu. Bishop said to Gina, "Look, you have to pretend to be friends with me so that Crane doesn't doubt." She did this and Bishop also apologized to her for dragging her in all this. But she had no other choice. Bishop said that he was happy to know that she raises orphan children because he was an orphan himself. In childhood, he and Crane were bought by a gangster. Bishop managed to escape from his clutches, but Crane could not escape. So he punished Crane by considering him a criminal, and since then Crane hates Bishop. Bishop made a plan to get Gina out of this trouble and gave her a watch as a souvenir. The next day, Crane's men kidnapped Gina. Then Bishop called Crane and challenged him to fight. When they met, Bishop said, "Crane, leave Gina or it won't be good for you. She is a very good girl. Let her go." But Crane said, "I will let you go, but for that you will have to kill 3 people. Cold-blooded murder. The first man in this is a gangster from Africa who is imprisoned in the world's most dangerous jail." Then Crane asked him to take out a GPS tracker so that his men can reach Bishop when the work is done. When Bishop asked for proof of Gina's survival, Crane said that after completing every mission, he can talk to Gina on the phone. And after completing all 3 missions, Gina will be released. Now Bishop started his work. He found out that the jail was in the middle of the sea, which was full of sharks. And the four sides of the jail were 100 meters long mountains, so it was almost impossible to enter the jail. After this, Bishop found out about some gangsters and chose a man who had a tattoo on his face. He dressed up like the same man and then bought necessary things for the mission. The next day when he was roaming on the street, the police arrested him as a gangster and put him in jail. He saw in jail that his prey is always 4 or 5 people walking with him. A fellow prisoner told him that this man's name is Krill and he had killed the president of Liberia. So far, many prisoners have tried to kill Krill. When Krill was attacked again, this time Bishop saved his life. Krill thanked him and invited him to dinner. When Bishop went to meet him, he killed Krill and everyone thought that his death was due to eating poisonous food. Then Bishop immediately blasted the wall of the jail and sprayed a spray all over his body so that the sharks would not come near him. In the end, he took out a GPS capsule and jumped into the sea. The captain of the boat got a message that Bishop has completed the job. The men of the crane found his location and saved him. Then Bishop talked to Gina on the phone and Gina told him that Bishop has only 36 hours to kill the next man. Otherwise, they will kill Gina. Now the crane sent him information about another man. This man's name is Adrian, who was an Arab. He does human trafficking business, but it was very difficult to reach him because he lives on the 58th floor of a building in Australia where all the walls, doors, windows were bulletproof. On top of that, sensors and fingerprint devices were installed everywhere. Now Bishop went to buy the house below this man. There he copied the house keys and map. Then he made glass-breaking bombs and changed the clothes of the clean man and entered the house. Hanging from the window of the house, he reached the swimming pool of Adrian's house and fitted the bombs there. As soon as Adrian came to bathe in it, Bishop blasted it and Adrian fell down and was killed. Now again Gina called, but this time she cleverly showed the number of the boat in which she was imprisoned. Then Bishop reached the boat to save Gina and killed many goons. But unfortunately, he was caught after a while. Then the crane warned him one last time and said, "I forgive you this time, but if this happens again, poor Gina will be killed and you will be responsible for her death." Now Bishop's last mission was to kill Max, who lived in America. It was hidden in a building that was built on top of a mountain and there was a submarine factory. These submarines had big missiles hidden. It was impossible for anyone to come in or go out there secretly. Whoever tried to enter there would fall in the jaws of death. Bishop had 48 hours to complete this task. He got the news that Max has ordered a helicopter. So he made a plan to hide under the helicopter and reach Max. When his plan was successful, he jammed all the cameras in the building. There was a commotion all around and the guards started taking Max to a special room. Then Bishop made a blast in the lift. But somehow Max reached the special room. Although his hero was already there. Now he met Max and pretended to kill Max so that the crane could be fooled. His plan was that when the crane's men would come to find Max's body, then the crane would be alone in the boat and it would be no big deal to finish him at that time. He pretended to kill Max as per the plan. And as soon as the explosion happened, Bishop saved him from the sea and brought him to a dam. Then Bishop called the crane and said, "Hey, leave Gina." But the crane first asked to see Max's body. Bishop said that the body is in his submarine. After that, the crane sent his men to see Max's body on the submarine. Bishop had also prepared bombs for him everywhere. As soon as his men reached there, Bishop shot them. The crane saw all this with its cameras. After that, Bishop reached the crane's boat and killed all the guards. Meanwhile, Gina was also shot. The crane activated the bomb in the boat. Bishop quickly released Gina and took her to a box that separated from the boat before the explosion. Now Bishop and the crane were in a great relationship. The fight started. He tied the crane with a chain and then there was an explosion in the boat. Gina survived. Max's men took out the boat's hull. After a while Gina was with her children and she saw that Bishop was standing in front of her eyes. Actually Bishop was hidden in the steel room of the boat, which is useful during an emergency. And this way he survived the explosion. If you liked the video, then like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.